Join me. Today you will witness the historic floods that hit the United States. Entire communities were submerged, homes were destroyed, and thousands were displaced as the relentless storms continued to wreak havoc. A massive flood disaster has unfolded in the United States, starting in California and now spreading to Kentucky, Tennessee, West Virginia, and North Carolina. Heavy rainfall, severe storms, and overflowing rivers have caused widespread devastation, leaving communities in shock and struggling to cope with the destruction. California was the first state to experience the catastrophic flooding. Days of relentless rain, combined with already saturated ground, led to flash floods, mudslides, and infrastructure damage. Major cities, including Los Angeles and San Francisco, saw streets turn into raging rivers, while rural areas faced landslides and collapsed roads. The state's emergency response teams worked around the clock to rescue stranded residents, but the scale of the disaster made operations extremely difficult. Throughout Saturday and into Sunday, there were numerous flash flood warnings stretching across parts of Kentucky, Tennessee, West Virginia, and North Carolina. More than 300,000 customers spread across Alabama, Kentucky, Mississippi, and Virginia were without power as of the early hours of Sunday, according to PowerOutage.us. In Kentucky, where Governor Andy Beshear issued a state of emergency in advance of the heavy rainfall, areas across the state saw widespread flooding throughout the day. The entire state is under significant threat from midnight to 4 a.m., Beshear said in a post on X on Saturday afternoon. Beshear also said he had written to President Donald Trump, requesting an emergency disaster declaration for Kentucky due to the severe weather and impacts across our state, which would release federal funds to aid the response. As storm systems moved eastward, heavy rainfall continued to batter several other states, causing major rivers to overflow. Kentucky, Tennessee, West Virginia, and North Carolina were next in line, experiencing severe flooding that washed away homes, destroyed bridges, and left thousands without power. In Kentucky and Tennessee, rivers swelled to dangerous levels, forcing mass evacuations. Entire neighborhoods were submerged, and emergency services struggled to reach those trapped by the rising waters. The National Guard was deployed to assist with rescue efforts, using helicopters and boats to evacuate stranded residents. West Virginia's mountainous terrain made the flooding even more hazardous, as landslides blocked roads and isolated communities. Meanwhile, in North Carolina, the heavy rains triggered widespread power outages, leaving thousands in darkness and without access to clean water. This unprecedented flooding event has caught many by surprise. Scientists attribute the extreme weather to climate change, warning that such disasters may become more frequent. Authorities are urging residents to take precautions and prepare for worsening conditions. With emergency responders stretched thin and damage estimates rising into the billions, the United States is facing one of its worst natural disasters in recent history. The road to recovery will be long, and affected communities will need significant aid to rebuild their lives.